Okay, royalties, this is fairly short, but royalties are claimed on the Schedule E. So what exactly is a royalty? So it's the right to use some type of intangible property. So this is why people who write books receive royalties. The information in those books is like an intangible asset. They're paid for the use of books, stories, plays, copyrights, trademarks, formulas, patents, and from the exploitation of natural resources such as coal, gas, or timber. When royalties are paid, the recipient gets a 1099 miscellaneous, and it's in box 2. Again, it's not subject to self-employment tax. There are certain instances though where it's kind of confusing. Is this a royalty or is this self-employment income? Like if you're the author of a book and you're receiving royalties, but that's your job is to write books, then even though it's reported as a royalty, you have to report it on the Schedule C as self-employment income because that's your job. That's your trade or business, is writing books. So it's not really a royalty in the same way as, so most of those, I mean, I guess probably a lot of royalties for books and things like that would be considered self-employment income. More than that, for natural gas exploration and that kind of thing, that's when you've invested in like a oil, what do they call that? Oil field, something like that. Exploration where you've invested in that, and then if they strike it, then you get a payment. Those are legit royalties. That would not go on a Schedule C. But if it's due to something that you produce, then it gets a little bit sketchier as well as to how to determine that. If the royalty is from a non-trade or business activity, such as an investment, it would be reported on the Schedule E. If it's from a trade or business, then it's going to be reported on Schedule C. So here we've got Shea, author of a best-selling book of poetry for which he receives royalties. He also presents seminars and readings of his book of poetry throughout the country. Payments for the readings and seminars are not royalties. He reports his income. See, I disagree with this. It reports his income from the readings and seminars on Schedule C and the royalties on Schedule E. I would say that there's an argument to be made that that should all be on Schedule C. If he's reading, especially if he's reading from this book that he's receiving royalties from, and that he's a poet and that's how he makes his living. Do people make living from poetry? Probably not much, but if it's subject to, if it's on a Schedule C, it's going to be subject to self-employment taxes. So another couple examples there. That's it for royalties. Hey, that was short. Questions about royalties? Okay, so again, it's, it has to do with the right to use some sort of intangible property.